March 11th, here in southern Ontario, Canada. So, as I'm waiting for my laundry and have time to kill, again, I recommend this book. I'm just holding it up a little closer this time for you. But I want to talk about fencing. Your first consideration in fencing is what kind of critters you're going to have. What kind of animals? And is your orientation towards more so keeping them in or keeping predators out? I think electric fencing can be done quite economically. I'll get back to that in a second. But some animals it doesn't work so well for. Sheep, for example, with their woolly insulation. Although sheep are terribly hard to confine with any type of fence. Chickens too, the electricity fence doesn't work for them so well with their feathers. But my point is, the electric fencing can be done more economically than it appears at first blush. You have to buy the transformer thing, that creates the electricity. There's a battery in there. And yeah, they'll run on a tiny little solar panel because the electricity pulses. It's not constant. So really all you need is kind of that unit, and so it'll be self-sufficient, and the wire, which anything that carries current will work. You don't need to buy the fancy insulated poles and the insulators and the tensioners and the clips. You don't need to buy all that stuff, right? Familiarize yourself with the electric fence and you'll see you could quite readily and easily and economically hand whittle that stuff itself. So, depending on your circumstance, what you're trying to keep in, how much you want to fence, area-wise, distance, you can figure out your costs pretty well. For example, you could, a crude rail fence might be enough, and especially with the addition of one strand of wire. The animals learn pretty quickly to stay away from that stuff. They can't sense it. They can't see it, smell it, hear it. It freaks them out. They don't know what that is, They know where it is, but they don't know what it is, and they have no way to judge what it is. They just stay away from it. Think of a proximity electric fence for your dog or the collar. They stay well away from what they perceive to be the boundaries because that mysterious god of pain is just not something they can fathom. So, that was my point with fencing. But again, it comes down to what animals you're going to husband as to what type of fence you need. There is no one does all in fencing. So, hope it helped.